Hiya! Thank you for joining me today. This video is going to be a bit different in that I'm just going to be a disembodied voice over some images. My intent is to show some very clear and specific representations of the injury that I have been experiencing lately and what I've been doing to recover. I appreciate you clicking in this video, so come on, let's go! About a year ago, at the beginning of my training, I was diagnosed with Achilles tendon bursitis, and although it is manageable, in my case, there will always be some pain and discomfort, and as a long-distance runner, I will experience flare-ups occasionally. There is a tiny, fluid-filled sac called the subcutaneous bursa that sits directly on the heel bone and acts as a sort of cushion between the Achilles tendon and that heel bone. This injury can be caused by overuse or a sudden traumatic impact to the area, but in my case, I have been told it is a degeneration of the tissues in the bursa themselves. While it will always be painfully obvious to me, sometimes more than others, it will become increasingly inflamed. And when that happens, I do have some set treatments. I use the RICE method. The first thing I do is rest. Unfortunately, that does mean stop running. And then I ice the area, usually 13 minutes and 4 to 6 times a day. Then, using an ACE bandage, if the inflammation sensitivity will allow, I do wrap it to apply compression. And lastly, I will elevate the ankle, at least 10 inches above my chest. I have learned some very specific subcutaneous bursa physical therapy that greatly depletes the pain, conditions the injured area to make it stronger in the future, and decreases the time spent out of my running shoes and hastens recovery. The first two of these stretch the calf muscle, starting with the soleus calf stretch, bending both knees only until the stretch is felt, not overstretching. This stretch should be gentle. The gastrocnemius calf stretch is a little more intense, where the Achilles tendon is pulled much more taut. I do these two sparingly to avoid injury. Next is the pronation, supination, eversion, inversion, dorsal flexion, plantar flexion, and lateral and medial rotation of the ankle. I call this my ABCs. And what I do to accomplish this is I lay on my bed, on my back, with my feet hanging off the edge, just above the Achilles tendon, and on the lower portion of my calf. And then I begin, using my big toes as the pointer, to trace the alphabet, A through Z, with both the feet. I take care to really get that ankle and tendon moving the full extent for each letter, but again, never overstretching. And finally, I do marble pickups. In this case, I use AA batteries, but this helps increase the functionality of the tendons and muscles after injury. Thank you so much for joining me today, especially since this video was in a different format. I look forward to lots more runs with you. So come on, let's go!